Hello and welcome back to my channel after 4 days of making this look less terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it is what it is. I have officially catalogued my entire own TBR. Now, as I said, this was filmed over 4 days. It's absolute carnage, and you can see the life leaving my eyes as my soul dies around the tea section. Some man is throwing around bins. Enjoy the chaos. I look exhausted, because I am, and thank you for being here to support me in my content. A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. A Gathering of Midnight by Holly Race. A Secret of Birds and Bone by Kieran Millward Hargrave. A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. A Slip of the Keyboard by Terry Pratchett. A Strange Hymn by Laura Thasseler. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero. A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. A Tyranny of Petticoats, which is an anthology edited by Jessica Spotswood. Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. Airhead by Meg Cabot, or Meg Cabot. Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. All American Girl by Meg Cabot, and I've also got All American Girl Ready or Not, but I can't find it. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. And Inspector Calls by J.B. Priestley. Angel Volume 1, which was gifted to me by Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe by Joss Whedon. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Artemis Fowl by Ewan Colfer, and Autobiography by Christina Lauren. Baby Teeth by Meg Grahan. Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. Bad Witch Burning by Jessica Lewis. Before and Laughter by Jimmy Carr. Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. Beyond the Ruby Veil by Mara Fitzgerald. Bitter by Akwaeke Emzie. Blackout, which is an anthology, but you'll recognise Danielle Clayton, Tiffany T. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas. Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. Bloodshot Monochrome by Patience Agbaby. Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. By Rowan and You by Melissa Harrison. Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Chilling Effect by Valerie Valdez, and subsequently Prime Deceptions by Valerie Valdez. Cold Blood by Richard Kerridge. Cold Boys Woods by Carol Birch, which I am subsequently 4 pages, but that's not enough for it to not go into the own TBR. Cool for the Summer by Dahlia Adler. Craft in the Real World by Matthew Salesies. Crossing by Patyem Datovici. Camp by Elsie Rosen. And Chinese Fairy Tales and Legends, edited by Richard Wilhelm. Dark Visions by L.J. Smith, which is the author who wrote The Vampire Diaries and The Secret Circle. This is actually a bind-up of all 3 of the Dark Visions trilogy, and a reread, because I'm not entirely sure L.J. Smith is where I'm at as a 30-year-old, so I've added it back into my own TBR in an attempt to see if I need to keep this or not, so bear that in mind. Darkwood by Gabby Hutchinson Crouch. Dear Martin by Nick Stone. Death Comes to Pemberley by P.D. James. Death of a She-Devil by Faye Weldon, who was a lecturer of mine and an absolute babe. Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. Demon Road, American Monsters and Desolation, which is the Demon Road trilogy by Derek Landy, because apparently after reading all of the Skullduggeries I need more of him in my life. Descendant of the Crane by Joan Hay. Down Among the Women by Faye Weldon. Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. Duckett and Dyer, Dicks for Hire by G.M. Nair. Then we have Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. Emma by Jane Austen. Fable by Adrian Young and Namesake by Adrian Young. Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. Feminists Don't Wear Pink and Other Lies, which is an anthology of essays. Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. Flowers in the Attic by Virginia Andrews, which I bought exclusively for the Lamentable Library and is going to be traumatic because trigger warnings for incest. Fortuna Sworn, which was gifted to me at Christmas, but I also treated myself to Deadly Dreams and Restless Slumber by KJ Sutton. Foul is Fair by Hannah Kapan. 4 Dead Queens by Astrid Schult. Furyborn by Claire Legrand. Gearbreakers by Zoe Hanamakuta. Ghosted by Jen Ashworth. Girl Logic by Eliza Scherzinger. Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Barsha-Doost. Given by Nandi Taylor. Gods of Dread and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Graceling by Kristen Kishore. And Grimoire, because technically that's the title, but it is technically the Skullduggery Present Grimoire, but I put it in G's anyway, by Derek Landy. Heroines of Olympus by Ellie Mackin Roberts. Home by Toni Morrison. House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. How to Be Popular by Meg Cabot. How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell. I Am Not Starfire by Mariko Tamaki. I'm So Effing Tired by Amy Shah, MD. Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. Chbosky, Inferior by Angela Saini, Interesting Times by Terry Pratchett, Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice and subsequently The Queen of the Damned and Vampire Lestat, Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao, I hope I've said that right, Jinx by Meg Cabot, or Cabot, I never know which way it is, one sounds better to me than the other. Joker and Harley, Criminal Insanity by a whole bunch of authors and artists, Julia and the Shark by Kieran Millwood Hargrave, and Just Ignore Him by Ellen Davies. Not My Type by Evie Mitchell, Lady Mary by Lucy Worsley, Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe, Learwife by J.R. Thorpe, Longbourn by Jo Baker, which is technically a reread but I've got a whole vlog planned so I'm putting it back in my own TBR, Love After Love by Ingrid Pursued, Medusa by Jessie Burton, Midnight Moon by Jean Montague, again this is a reread that I'm hoping to buddy read with Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe and I can only apologise in advance, Modern Nature by Derek Jarman, Mort by Terry Pratchett, Moxie by Jennifer Mateo, Mrs. England by Stacey Halls, Much Ado About You by Samantha Young, which was gifted to me by Olivia, Mud, Mall and Mascara by Catherine Spencer, My Eyes Are Up Here by Laura Zimmerman, that was tricky, My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones, Mystery in White by J. Jefferson Fajan, Nicolette and the Viscount by Meg Cabot, and Not So Pure and Simple by Lamar Giles. And now I have blocked myself in with too many books. Good. Good work, Hannah. Just wait for a plane to go over. Odd One Out by Nick Stone, Of Light and Darkness by Shane Leaton, and this was gifted to me by Kat from KD Reads, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and Orphea by Joanne M. Harris. Pants on Fire by Meg Cabot, Pirates by Celia Reese, and I like to imagine that that exclamation point means that it's kind of like Panic at the Disco, you know, because that's fun. Pizza Girl by Jean Kyung, Pretty Honest by Sally Hughes, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Seth Graham Smith, Pride and Premeditation by Tertia Price, and Proud Witches edited and compiled by Juno Dawson. Then I also have Queen of the Conquered and King of the Rising by Kaysen Calendar, Rat Queens Volume 3 by a whole host of authors and artists, Reasons to Stay Alive by Matt Haig, Reputation by Lex Croucher, Rise Up, the Stormzy story so far, which I like that it's so far because that implies there might be a Stormzy Volume 2 and I'm here for it. Room Hate by Penelope Ward, and the entire Red Rising series thus far. Except for maybe I think there's like a little one that's meant to go here that I don't have, but other than that, yeah, and it's all neatly plasticked. Shakespeare for Grown-Ups by E. Foley and B. Coates, She Went All the Way by Meg Cabot, She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd, which was gifted to me by Jamie, Shuri, a Black Panther novel by Nick Stone, Skyward Volume 1 by a whole host of artists and authors, also upside down, Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco, Stay Gold by Tobly McSmith, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by Kieran Kilgareth and Georgia Hardstark, Subscribe by Tien Zhao, and Surfacing by Margaret Atwood. Okay, we're finally at tea, so bear with. Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert, Teen Titans, Beast Boy Loves Raven by Cami Garcia, Telling Tales by Patience Agbabi, That Moment Went by Mo Gilligan, The Babysitter's Coven by Kate Williams, The Beautiful Ones by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, The Blackbird Girls by Anna Blankman, Burning Girls by CJ Tudor, The Children of Jocasta by Natalie Haynes, The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling, The Communist Manifesto, The Count of Monte Cristo, which I am technically halfway through, but because there are still 700 pages left, it's technically still in my own TBR. I'm not currently reading this. I will finish it one day, maybe. It's in there. And The Cunning Man by Celia Reese, The Death of Grass by John Christopher, Deepest Breath by Meg Grihan, Divines by Ellie Eaton, The Emperor's Babe by Bernadine Evaristo, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, and subsequently The Obelisk Gate and The Stone Sky, The Foundling by Stacey Halls, The Friend Scheme by Cale Dietrich, oh god I'm exhausted, The Girl and the Goddess by Nikita Gill, The God of Lost Words by AJ Hackworth, The Harpy by Megan Hunter, The Hat Makers and subsequently The Map Makers by Tamsin Merchant. Genuinely stunning, so excited to get to these. The Heiress by Molly Greeley, The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher, which was gifted to me by Ashley, The House at the Edge of Magic by Amy Sparks, The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson, The Intoxicating Mr. Lavelle by Neil Blackmore, The Ivory Key by Akshana Rahman, The Khan by Samir Mar, The Ladies of Grace Adieu by Susanna Clarke, The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, and subsequently Red Sea on Red Skies and The Republic of Thieves. That is technically a reread, but I haven't read the other two. The Love Curse of Melody McIntyre by Robin Talley, which was a gift from Olivia. I need a nap. The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman, The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon, The Mermaid's Voice returns in this one by Amanda Lovelace, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton, The Monsters of Rookraven and The Shadows of Rookraven by Patrick Kenny, The Naked Jape by Jimmy Carr, The Novel Cure by Ella Bertrude and Susan Elderkin, The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow. My glasses are steaming up, I'm so warm. The Penelopead by Margaret Atwood, The Princess Bride by William Goldman, the entire Princess Diaries collection by Meg Cabot, The Project by Courtney Summers, which was gifted to me by Ben, The Ravens as subsequently The Monarchs, The Rig by Roger Levy, which was also gifted to me by Ben, The Ruby and the Smoke, The Tin Princess, The Shadow in the North, and The Tiger in the Well by Philip Pullman, The Sad Ghost Club Volume 2 by Liza Meddings, The Scapegraces by Hannah Abigail Clark, The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer, The Silence of the Girls and the Women of Troy by Pat Barker, The Sisters of Winterwood by Rena Rossa, Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, The Testaments by Margaret Atwood, which as you can see I did start, got bored of tabbing and stopped, The Thing About Jellyfish by Ali Benjamin, The Wicked and the Divine Volume 1 and 2, one which was gifted to me by Becca and one was gifted to me by Abby. Can I remember which way around it was? No, but I've got the notes somewhere to remind myself. This one's going to be fun. The Widow Queen by Elizbieta Cherezhinska. Cherezhinska. That's what I'm going with. Cherezhinska. The Winter Duke by Claire Eliza Bartlett. The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. They Are Trying to Break Your Heart by David Saville. This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. This Time Will Be Different by Mrs. Segura. Toil and Trouble, which is an anthology, edited by Jessica Spotswood. Tokyo Ever After by Amiko Jean. Treasury of Folklore, Woodlands and Forests by Dee Dee Cheney. Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. And then I have by Justin Somper, Vampirates Volume 2, Tide of Terror, Volume 3, Blood Captain, Volume 4, Black Hearts, Volume 5, Empire of Night, and Volume 6, Immortal War. Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Morena Garcia, and Victoria and the Rogue by Meg Cabot. Warlock Holmes by G.S. Dennings, Warriors, Witches and Women by Kate Hodges, We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal, Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angeles, White is for Witching by Helen Oyemi, Wings of Fury by Emily R. King, Winterwoods by Shea Earnshaw, Wise Children by Angela Carter, With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, Women and Power by Mary Beard, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel, Year of the Reaper by Micaiah Lucia, Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi, and You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. Finally done. That's it. That's all the books. Sweet Lord. Okay, so that was what it was. I am embarrassed and ashamed, but like I said, it is what it is. Like and comment down below. Let me know what book you would like me to prioritise in my next TBR. Treat yourself to something from Waypoint, and other than that, have a nice day.